Hello, I'm Peter Towers, Managing Director of ESS BIZTOOLS. Welcome to Accountant's Minute. The early stage innovation company legislation is a great new revenue stream for accountants and business advisors. Deloitte produced a report a few years ago relative to digital disruption. And one of the suggestions they made following that report's release was that accountants and advisors should identify new income streams. Well, that's exactly what the early stage innovation company legislation is for accountants and advisors who want to be proactive and take advantage of this brand new legislation. This legislation didn't exist before the 1st of July 2016, so it's no use complaining that everyone else is already doing it. No one's doing it. No one has ever done the work that's going to be involved in this process. So this gives you a tremendous opportunity to be one of the pace setters, to be in there at the very beginning. It also enables you to be answering SMEs' pleas for accountants to be more proactive and commercially orientated, to assist them with issues that are confronting them on a day-to-day basis. And please remember that the vast majority of the companies who are going to seek assistance for early stage innovation companies are going to be very young companies, because in the main they have to be under 3 years old. They have to develop new products, processes, services, organisational or other types of methodologies that they then want to raise some capital so that they can appropriately commercialise their inventions to bring them to the market. So they're not well-established companies that are out in the marketplace already. Many of them will never have gone down anything like this process before. Most of them have probably never run a company before. They will have very little experience in dealing with investors. They will have very little experience in having ever developed a business plan that can be utilised to raise capital. These are people who in some instances might not even have been seeking accountancy services prior to now, because they've been in their backyard sheds, or workshops or farms, developing new products. They are your normal client base. They're small businesses. So accountants who are used to dealing with small businesses should be the group of professional advisors that are handling their requirements to get themselves through this ESIC process. So what does ESIC offer as a new revenue stream for accountants? Well, first of all, there's the requirements to determine whether the company meets the preliminary tests. And the preliminary tests relate to the age of the company, the expenditure of the company, the income of the company, and whether the company is listed on a stock exchange. And the legislation doesn't like that. They shouldn't be listed on a stock exchange anywhere in the world. Now, we've called that the preliminary test. And that's the first test that you can help the client satisfy. And then we move into the gateway test. Now, the gateway test has got 8 separate areas that the client has either been involved in or hasn't been involved in. But there is a requirement to prepare a file, to keep a record, to be able to prove to an investor that the company has actually done these things, that they have expended more than 50% of their expenditure on research and development, and that way they can earn 75 points. And they only have to earn 100 points, so if the company has been active, they should be able to qualify under the gateway test in most cases. But if they don't qualify under the gateway test, and these will normally be the very new companies that are only just starting on this journey, they then have to go through the principles test. And the principles test has got 5 questions for them that need to be answered in the affirmative. And they do require more than just ticking a box. A record needs to be kept of the reasons, the argument for why the company claims that it has the ability to answer positively each of those 5 questions. So that's the original work. Within ESS BASIP, we have a product called ESS ESIC Calculator, which will assist you to very quickly go through and determine whether the client's company is going to be able to professionally assess itself as an ESIC company. But that's only the start. These companies need to do a lot more than just say we're a self-assessed ESIC company to raise capital from investors. And when you look at this legislation, you will see it slanted in favour of sophisticated investors. So they're not going to be easy to convince to invest money into any company. They're experienced investors. Therefore, they're going to need your assistance, not only to ensure that your client company has qualified as an ESIC, but then it needs to go through the investment readiness process. And this involves business plans, budgets, cash flow forecasts, information memorandum. There's a significant amount of work there. And at the end of that process, there's still another very important step. Most of your clients will then require some training and mentoring, some assistance in being able to make an investment pitch, because they will have to go to groups like Founders Forum and business angel groups and other investment clubs to be able to make a presentation to those members of those organisations to be able to raise capital. So when you look at the ESIC legislation, it's a fantastic opportunity for accountants to embark on a new revenue stream, and at the same time to be assisting smaller companies to be able to get themselves into an investment readiness status whereby they can raise capital to fulfill their business dreams. And following that, once they've raised capital, there are also ongoing opportunities, because those organisations are going to need a virtual chief financial officer. They're going to need auditors. They're going to be looking for persons with appropriate experience to be on their boards of directors. So we look forward to you joining us on this journey. The ESS BASIP Early Stage Innovation Company Product Package is available through ESS BASIP for a subscription of $299 including GST. Or you can subscribe as an ESS BIZTOOLS Gold Package, which includes all of the products within ESS, including the Early Stage Innovation Company Product Package. If you would like to participate in a webinar on ESIC, a new revenue stream available for accountants and advisors, I invite you to join us on Tuesday the 23rd of August at 12 noon. If you would like a paper that we have written on the Early Stage Innovation Company, opportunities for accountants and small medium enterprises, please contact us at www.essbiztools.com.au for both the paper and to register for the webinar. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.